Good morning, friends. I'm back today, Wednesday, July 8th, for math. Yesterday, we completed pages 200 to 205. Today, I'll be helping you with some of the problems on pages 206 through 211. That is a lot of math. So remember, if you have a hard time, to take a brain break. And if you have a question on a certain problem that you just can't figure out, please just circle it. And Miss Clower can either help you in her Zoom tomorrow solve that problem, or I can help you at a different time. I don't want you to get frustrated, and just try your best. So I am on page 206 today, and parents, sometimes when you're in second grade, it's hard for students to regroup. So what we're trying to do on these certain problems on these next few pages is we're trying to solve these problems without having to regroup. So what that means on page 206, here is number 1A, and I'm going to show you this example on my whiteboard. 20 minus 9 equals blank. So here's 20 minus 9 equals blank. So, like I mentioned, it's hard for students to regroup. So we're going to break this 20 into two numbers that are equal to 20. 10 plus 10 equals 20. And now we can take 10 away from 9. So 10, I'm going to use this 10 here, so I'm going to scratch it out so I know that I used it. 10 minus 9. And that's a lot easier to solve than 20 minus 9. So 10 minus 9 is 1, but I still have this 10 here. So now I'm going to have to join 10 plus 1 to give me my answer of 11. It has a few more steps to it, but in case your child struggles with regrouping, this is another way to solve. So that is number 1A on page 206. I'd like to move on to page 207. There are word problems on here. I'd like to help you with number 2. This is on page 207, number 2. 90 minus 9. That's another problem that has regrouping in it. 90 minus 9. 90 minus 9 equals blank. So I have to think of two numbers that add up to 90. And what works best for Miss Clower's brain is I like to put the same number here. So it makes it 0. So what I mean by that is I like to change it to 89 and 1. Because I know that I can take 9 away from 9. So 89 minus 9 equals 9 minus 9 equals 0. So 80, and then I need to just join this 1. So 80 plus 1 equals 81. So my answer of 90 minus 9 is 81. I'm going to help you on the next one as well. Number 3 says, show how 10 minus 6 helps you solve 50 minus 6. So same thing. I'm going to solve both of them using the same strategy. 10 minus 6 equals blank. So I know that 9 and 1 equals 10. And I know that I can take 9 from 6. So 9 minus 6 equals 3. So I use this 9, but I still need to add this 1 back in. So 3 plus 4 equals, whoops, I gave you the answer. 3 plus 1 equals 4. So how does 10 minus 6 help me solve 50 minus 6? Well, if I did the same thing, 50 minus 6, I know that if I had 49 here and 1 here, I can do the same strategy. So my ones place is going to be the same. I'm going to get a 3 in my ones place, and I have 40 in my tens place because it's no longer 10, it's 50 or 49. And I just need to add my 1 here, 44. So the reason why it helps me is because I can use the same, mostly the same digits. I'm using the same strategy. So even though the numbers are different, I can use my mental math to help me solve problems that have a little bit of different digits. All right, I'm pretty sure you guys can do number 4. I'd like for you to show your work on that one. These are a lot easier, but if you need to use the same strategy, you might be able to use mental math on these. Let's do number 3 on page 209 together. Shane has 12 pencils. Okay, so the beginning of my problem. Shane has 12 pencils. So I'm going to draw those pencils using a rod and 2 units. 10, 11, 12. He gives some pencils to his friends. He did not tell us how many pencils he was going to give to his friends. But I know that if you give something to somebody, you're going to have less. So that tells me that this problem is going to be subtraction. Now he has 7 left. So I know how many Shane is left with. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So I have to solve this middle part. In order to solve a change unknown, I have to work backwards. So in order to find the change, I have to add 7 plus something equals 12. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work backwards. Since it's a small problem, it might be easier to just add the ones. So I'm going to start with unit 7, 1, 2. Can y'all see that? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is what I started with. How many more do I need to add to get to 12? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I added 5. I'm thinking that my change is going to be 5. In order to double check your work, what you can do is you can now do 12 minus 5 to be sure. 12 minus 5, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. Ooh, did I check my work? So my answer is 5. Let me keep going. Okay, on page 211, number 3, another word problem. Let me erase both sides just in case I need both sides. All right, Miss Watts had 17 tacos. So we know our start. Our start is how many Miss Watts started with. She had 17 tacos to start with. The children ate some. So this is another change, unknown. And if you ate some, those tacos are not going to be there anymore. So they're going away. This is a subtraction problem. We don't know how many the children ate. 9 tacos were left. So the children left 9 tacos. So we have to find out how many the children ate. So I'm going to use my rods and my units again. So here's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So you can either work backwards like I did on my last problem, but I also wanted to show you a different way to solve. So I'm going to use my rods and my units this time, and I'm going to find out what I have left from this if I take away 9. So whatever I take away here, I have to take away here. So 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. What do I do now? I still have 2 left here and I have a rod. Remember, a rod is made of 10 units. So instead of having this rod, I can exchange it to 10 units. So it's no longer a rod, it's going to be 10 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now I can take away these final 2. 1, 1, 1, 1. So this is how many is left. This is going to be my change. This is what the students ate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tacos. 8 tacos is going to be our change. Let's double check. 9 plus 8. I'm going to work backwards. 9 plus 8 to make sure that I get 17. 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoops. I like to do rows of 5. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Plus 8 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And that's a lot of units. So what I can do is I can actually exchange these units for a rod. So here's 10. That's going to be 1 rod. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We got 17. Those word problems are very, very tricky because you have to know the sign and you have to know if you need to work forwards or backwards. Remember, like Miss Clower said in the beginning of my video, if you have a hard time with a problem, skip it, move on to the next one, or if you're really struggling, you can call Miss Clower or you can join our Zoom tomorrow and I'll help you solve whichever one you're having a hard time with. I hope to see you guys all tomorrow during my Zoom.